Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw!
Good morning, Southern Fried Podcast fans, and all the people out there in Cornbread Nation. We are glad to have y'all here this morning. Good morning, Dave. Davey, how are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to get there. I was sick all night, but it's one of those deals. But I'm better today than I was last night. So good to be here. Happy to go. Monday morning, Thanksgiving week. Lots to be thankful for.
Yes. Got to respond back to Michael there. He was questioning my sir. What would a redneck night look like?
I've seen a few candidates over the years, but I don't know.
Would it be some hillbilly wrapped up in aluminum foil?
No, that would not be it.
Oh,
Come on, man. We're better than that.
I bet our blacksmith buddy Steve from Celtic Blacksmith could tell us.
Well, we might plant that thought in his head. Who knows? He might come up with something. Maybe on a miniature version.
He may come up with some plans.
He might. He's pretty good about looking at something. He's one of those guys that's really good at sizing up something in his head and doing it. He can freeform stuff. That's not my skill,
Yeah, me neither.
but he can eyeball stuff and just come up with it.
Well,
Got a
Michael,
true gift.
I got to be honest. I was a little bit, but I do see you more as a redneck knight. So, not saying that you're old, just older than me. And I'm only 39.
And your nose just grew longer.
No, I'm minding my mama. Hmm. She said she couldn't have no children older than she was. So, apparently, the same age is okay. Oh, so y'all have survived the weekend. Now you're back to Monday. You winners, you have won another week at work. Yes, you're a winner. I don't think you're quite that old. Now, come on. You saying when Moses parted the Red Sea, he also parted your hair?
Great George Burns said when he was so old that when he was a baby, the Dead Sea was just sick.
You know, I love George Burns. He was amazing. Oh my goodness. He
Pretty
was
quick with a turn of phrase. He was really quick minded.
he was. And then he wrote a book after he made it to 100 about how to live to 100.
Oh yeah.
Now, Michael, that's just wrong. You cheat off Jesus in school. Uh, that's pretty old, though. Not as old as Moses, but I'm pretty old. Uh, uh, all right, I'm done picking on people about being old this morning. I don't feel that great myself, so we're not talking about people being old this morning.
And I had a great weekend. Enjoyed visiting with the folks at Angie's Decatur Diner. What great people. Did a little promo off of that. Quite a few folks saw that. Had a fun time. Kaylee was helping me out. And just to give a shout out to them, we're still praying for Miss Angie. She
yes.
and Miss Ashley, who is going to be doing a Main Street program with us. I think it's probably going to be next week. They have a little business they're wanting to get on here, and we offer that to advertise for it. And we're going to do a little recording with them. She said pray for her because she's still looking for a job too. This is a side business, and then she's also looking for a job. So I told her we'd be praying for her too. So just remember Ashley and a job, and Jerry and Timmy both with battling cancer. Those things this morning, but I did get a couple of mugs, and this is one Angie's. They got a lot of knickknacks up there, and I found the Georgia mug. I bought it for my wife. I said, I'm surprised to see that. That's a smart business owner there. You cater to all. You don't leave nobody out.
Oh my goodness! I bet that George Cup felt awfully lonely up there.
Well, no.
See that ugly orange.
No, it had Alabama right beside it. They had them grouped together.
Oh my gosh!
They did have it. They did have it at the bottom of the shelf, though, not on the top. So I almost didn't see it. They had to point it out to me. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, actually, I think I looked down and saw it, and I said I didn't know, because Kaylee was asking me about a mug, and I said I don't know. I was thinking about, well, they had holiday ones too. I was really looking at one that was more holiday themed. I was thinking about getting it. When I saw that Georgia one, I knew that Lynn would want that. So we got it for her. Had a good time. They just do a great job. Business was very strong. That's what we like to see.
Yes.
What I like about them is they're one of those restaurants that serve breakfast all day long. I like that.
Oh, I do too. I do too.
Sometimes it's just fun to have breakfast in the evening. It really is.
Mm-hmm. I will agree on that, sir. Oh, something on food that we agree on? My goodness.
The only thing I didn't agree on, and I love them to death, is they did a faux pas.
They did what?
They did a faux pas when they brought me my delicious meal. It was all delicious, nothing wrong with it. But they had the biscuit just laid open with the gravy on top. It wasn't crumpled. That was the only thing. I'm gonna have to coach her on that.
I do believe that Decatur Diner up there, Miss Angie, probably knows more about eating biscuits and gravy than you do. And you ought to just go along with what she said.
Well,
I think that might qualify as definitive proof, Dave.
No, it's not. Because I believe the last time that I went up there and it was brought to me, it was crumpled. So I think they're just testing me out, seeing. I think it was different preparers. It was a different cook.
Well,
okay. I'm certain it was crumpled the last time. Certain of that.
I don't know. I'm finding that hard to believe there, sir. Just saying. So
it'll be all right. Welcome those coming in on Instagram channel, live with the Southern Fried Podcast. God bless you this Monday morning.
And not y'all, we got everybody piling in here this morning. It's good to see y'all. It's a good way to start the week. Come on in here and hang out with us for a little while. I'm going to go over some weather here in South Georgia while you get yours ready to go up there. Today down here in South Georgia, and this is from Newsmax or AccuWeather. We've got, looks like it's going to be 77 for the high, 57 for the low, and just a whole bunch of sunshine. Tomorrow there's 50-50 shot of rain, roughly 76. Wednesday 77, about a 20%. But Thursday we got a 30% or 70% chance of thunderstorms rolling in here. It's high 74, and Friday 62, a little cooler, a lot less humid. And yeah, that'll start our weekend off. What you got up yonder way, Dave?
Weather.
Whether or not you're going to tell us about it remains to be seen. Oh, I bet I could.
It's going to be colder up here than it was than it has been. I can tell you that. We're gonna have some colder temperatures, some rain coming in. I had to crack on some heat up here, but yeah, we got some cold weather coming in, man. By the end of the week,
Oh, my goodness.
next weekend, 20s. But it's going to be a couple of days of 2 or 3 days of really cool weather at night. So
Well,
that's unusual for us. We don't usually hit that this time of year, but God said otherwise.
y'all not even going to get up into the 50s here a few days from now. Starting looks like around Saturday.
It'll be all right. Country boy can survive.
Y'all will survive it.
Hopefully, wherever you're listening from, the weather is nice. There may be snow. Who knows? Well, it was a good weekend of sports. The Dogs, besides themselves, not playing great a few times this year, have slid into the SEC title game because of meltdown Saturday night. That would be Alabama, Texas A&M, cha-ching going down. Auburn rose up. Oklahoma rose up.
Oh, we got to give a big thank you this morning. We talked about this the other day. Who we got to give a big thank you to this morning, Dave?
Well, I mean, there's several teams, several folks that we need to thank.
No. There was a specific coach we were going to give a shout out to.
I don't remember who we said.
Oh, well, allow me then. This is a big old Southern Fried shout out and thank you to Lane Kiffin.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we did talk about that.
Salute.
You went down, buddy. All Georgia fans were happy.
And all the Tennessee fans said, amen. You reckon they're still a little bit upset about that Lane Train thing?
That'll always be there. Always. By the way, if you didn't watch late in the Alabama game, I concur with them. It wouldn't have changed the outcome. They were losing that game, but it was the absolute, not only bad call, the guy should be fired in that game.
I missed this.
It was a deep touchdown pass from Milroe to, I think, Ryan Williams. I mean, beautiful catch, 1 foot in. It's like a Hail Mary almost. I mean, because he was under pressure, throwed it up. This referee waits until he sees it, he catches it, and then throws a flag down. They've got video of it. They throws the flag down, and he's saying that they didn't line up properly on the line, that they were this whole uncovered receiver. But they absolutely were lined up correctly. And even the guy in the booth said, the so-called expert they bring in, I don't know what he's looking at.
Wow.
The guy should be fired. He should never coach another game. It's one thing to you have a close call and you can see it either way. When you blatantly, and he waited until the catch was made and then throws it down. Wow. Had another unusual occurrence happen in the Texans game against the Titans where C.J. Stroud stepped out of the back of the end zone, creating a safety for Tennessee. You don't usually see that.
No.
They went down to the Titans. Titans get a win. Texans are a very good team, but they're still trying to find their way. Jerry's boys got a win. They finally got them a win after multiple losses. Played a good game. Chiefs win again. It's closer than I thought. The Panthers had them tied late, but they did win. So the game last night was pretty good. I watched a good portion of it. I didn't feel good, but I watched a good portion of it between the Rams and the Chargers. Wasn't that the Chargers? Maybe I'm wrong. I think it's the Chargers. Anyway, whoever it was, it was a good game. But I saw a play yesterday that I didn't know the rule on that. A coach, it was trying to remember which team. It was the Eagles. That's who it was. It was the Eagles playing. But the Eagles coach, well, he should though, Michael. He absolutely should. I mean, you got to pitch a fit on that, lose or not. You got to stand up for your team, and you got, because you may have that guy again. I mean, I have no problem with him going ballistic. I mean, he I mean, you gotta stand up for your team and your fans and stuff, and you can't let that go quietly. You got to call that BS out. So I don't have a problem with him doing that, even though that it would have pulled them a score closer, but they lost so bad they just weren't going to win. I mean, Milroe was throwing interceptions. He was playing like Beck has been playing. But anyway, in this other game, the guy, they were trying to get the word where they should throw the challenge flag, and he threw it, but they ran another play before they caught it. But according to rule, as long as that flag is at least in the air before that ball is snapped, it doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter if they scored a touchdown. That play didn't count. I didn't know that. They missed it when it first happened, and they had ran the play, and they come and told him, said, no, it counts. So the play was a running play, got a few yards, and they hurried up, of course. They knew that it was a fumble they had just committed. That was the Rams, and the Eagles coach, said something. They said, yeah, you learn something every day about these rules. I didn't know that was a rule. I thought once that most things, when the play is ran, it's too late. Once the ball is snapped. But in this case, what's that? I've seen clips. Who's lost?
Alabama.
Well, they've played some good games, and Ryan Williams is a stud. They've got some decent running backs, but they've been, it's a learning curve. They got a different coach. They're learning a new system, and even under Saban, they were getting lax on stuff. They'd get more penalties and stuff. So really, I think the coach is just going through a normal SEC growing pains. He's a good coach. He's proved it at every level. Milroe is sometimes great, and sometimes he's a GOAT, and sometimes he's not. And he has a tremendous amount of talent, but when he's off bad.
And see, to me, you just made the perfect parallel between him and Carson Beck, the Georgia quarterback. Both of them have these streaks that they go through where they just are horrible. And then they have streaks where they go through where, the greatest of all time. I mean, it's just, you don't know who's showing up, and that's annoying for fans.
Well, Milroe, like Beck, can make every throw on the field. Mm-hmm. Their problems are different. I think Milroe has a problem reading complex defenses. He can make every throw, but he sometimes gets fooled by a change in defense, and they're starting to pick up on that, how to mask their coverage. And he just plainly didn't see at least one of those interceptions. He didn't see the guy, maybe two of them. They fooled him. He thought the little out was open, and the linebacker's just strolling over. He never saw him. Threw it right to him. Wow. Guy's just reading his eyes, throwed it right there, boom. Kind of like Beck's problem is he thinks he can force it in anywhere when there's three people standing around.
I'm going to thread that needle right there.
Three defenders, no problem. Carson Beck.
No problem. We got this.
Interception.
How did that happen? And he goes over the side, you can see old Kirby over there going, it happened because there was three of them there. Knucklehead.
I don't know if you watched that video I posted yesterday. These guys do several videos for Alabama, and the guy's inebriated, and it's about redneck. I don't say about, it is, but they're playing off of that, but it's all Bama. And There's quite a few of them. I've seen
Now,
3 or 4. I think once you've seen 3 or 4, you've probably seen enough. I'm sure Bama fans love it. I mean, it's probably.
dude, let me.
I watched one and it
Are you
suckered me into
sure?
what. It suckered me
You,
into watching 2 more, and I was like, okay, I've seen enough.
are you sure this isn't being filmed live and it's for real? I mean, these are Bama fans. I
It's
love
it,
Bama.
it it's filmed. It's filmed live, somewhat. I mean, it's live that they're there, but it's not live. I mean, it's made up.
Are you sure?
It's made up. Once you've watched 3 of them, well,
I'm giving you a hard
I
time.
know you are. They're playing off of that, but you can tell it's made up because the people around them are just sitting there looking. There's no shock or awe or anything, you know.
Now, Michael, is your last name Bundy?
What do you understand?
Huh?
He played in high school and he understands. What does he understand?
Players won games by talent, not good
Who
coaching.
who doesn't have good coaching?
That, you don't put nobody on the spot this early on a Monday morning.
Well, Mike's out there throwing statements out. I'm just curious.
You know, I just refer to him being like Al Bundy from Married with Children. You know, he played high school football too. Oh, you understand what bad coaches looks like?
Who's the bad coach? You're still not saying it.
Well, maybe his high school coach.
The current coach at Alabama?
Oh, I, I'm not a huge fan of any coach who comes in here from outside the SEC, and says it just automatically believes they're going to dominate in the SEC and not having a clue as to what they're stepping their foot into. And that's what this guy did. Now, has he done horrible? No. What's he got? 3 losses? He's got 3 losses. And the
Which is
SEC,
which is not horrible.
no, not in the SEC. He's growing. He's like you said, he's going through his growing pains, and we'll see what happens. Granted, he's
Hold on.
growing.
Let's give the guy. I mean, I get it. And we got this SEC mindset, and people come in, and you know, I mean, there's part of us that enjoys that because we have this SEC aura about us. But let's be careful here because I mean, I ain't gonna say it's bad coaching. I'm not disagreeing with Mike. I'm just saying that. First of all, you take a guy's team. I mean, this is Saban's team. Saban built this team. Good morning to you. And so he takes on what he has, and so he'll you know, that was a great team. I mean, but Saban didn't do great with that team either. He did good, not great. So they've got some things to feel. There's some things. Again, it's a changing system, and. But I think that he's, you know, I'm not saying he's not a horrible coach. I think it is the normal growing pain, I think, of coming into SEC. But those are close games, those close, you know, Saturday night games. And this one, Milroe just had a bad game. I mean, he killed them.
Yeah.
But most of their games have been really good, or if they lost, it was really close. So.
Oh,
Good morning to all that are coming in here. Good morning from Twitch. We appreciate you being in here.
Kez Dog.
Kez Dog. Hey, anything with the word dog in it, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spelt that way.
What, Kez Dog Pingin?
Pingin.
Okay. I'm sorry, it's early this morning. I'm not catching these things this morning. Okay, Kez Dog Pingin. I got you. That's a good one. Oh. Oh, can we talk about a little bit of news this morning?
You have the floor.
Did you hear about Joe Rogan kind of poking Elon Musk about buying MSNBC?
Yeah, I saw that.
And that he said, if you'll buy it, I'll take Rachel Maddow's spot, wear the same outfits, and tell the same lies. I love it.
I would love for him to do it just because of the liberal meltdown it would cause, much as it did when he bought Twitter. You know, I mean, who watches MSNBC? I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but honestly, who really watches? Their ratings are not great.
My stepdad,
They were at one
he
time.
loves MSNBC. He does, and I love him to death. But yeah, he would have a meltdown.
Yeah, I mean, he can definitely afford to do it. He could turn it. He could turn it into. He could, you know, he could turn. He would get better ratings just the fact that he bought it. Even the haters would watch it. The haters would watch it just to see what was going on. Their ratings would definitely go up. He could make money. He could get it at you know, bargain basement price now, even though it's a lot of money, and then he could flip that. He could earn all kinds of money.
They've got the what is it? The libs on TikTok, libs of TikTok, where they go through and they kind of put these liberal policies and stuff up, and they talk, you know, do all that kind of stuff. And the lady kept herself hidden for so long. I mean, that could be what MSNBC turns into.
Well, and think if he bought it, think he could do things like, you know, have exclusives with MSNBC for launches and stuff like that, give them inside access and stuff. Think of all the things he could do. He could have a show called a Day in the Life of Elon. I mean, who wouldn't watch that? I mean, people would be interested in what's going on. Him and Trump out on the golf course or something. I mean, my mind goes racing when I think of all the things he could do, whether you like him or not. The guy can turn a buck and he can make something more visible, and he's genius at a lot of things, and he could really flip this thing around. And he would, and think how CNN would be relegated to the very background because their ratings stink too. I'm surprised they even make money. I mean, honestly. Well, yeah, and I think more and more. And I had a talk with someone recently out at an event. Matter of fact, I was at a chamber event, and you know, they still do TV, but I can tell you, and talking to people that are politicians and business owners and stuff that we have dealt with, Rob, they're absolutely excited about the opportunity to come on a podcast, and the fact that the podcast is got followers in their area. They know this is an area that they need to go to. In fact, when I talked to some people that are associated with a local television station, and you know, they have people on there, as they should, and it's a resource there for all those that watch TV. The people, and these were people that were older than me, said they told a candidate for office that we all know, said, you need to go around and you need to cut these little videos. We're talking about reels. They didn't know if they knew that word. Cut these little videos of you all around town, and that's how you, and get that online is what they said. Get that online and get your name out there, because they know that this is dominating. There are a lot of podcasts. There are a lot, but you've got those that are famous that are doing podcasts and online media now, all the way down to our size, and we're growing every day. This is the medium, and it is hurting TV, and less and less people are watching network TV, and they are watching platforms like this, and you know, and the attention span of them is short. We do longer videos, we want to do that, but we also break them up and put them in bite-sized for online as well, so people could, you know, that we could put it places that can't handle the long form video. We're always going to do that. That's what we do. But we also do shorter things as well. But that's the change in the market, and that's what's going on.
Yeah, and you want to cater to the market some, but like if there's stuff out there that we need to spend more time on, we do. You know, like our live shows, our nightly live shows are about 2 hours long.
Well, how long is Rogan? Rogan's is 3 hours, isn't it? And he's not hurting for viewers. So 3 or 4 hours. So it's not, that's not a problem. But also I would bet they take clips of him. Bongino does that. They're called the Bongino clips. And that's for people that maybe will watch the whole thing. There's certain sections of that they want to get out there, and they do that. We do the same thing. So we appreciate everybody watching, because, there's podcasts for everybody. I mean, but the mainstream media, people are on the move. They're on the go. And even though they can pull those TV channels up on their phone like they can anything, that's not where they're going. That's not where they're going, unless it's some big event. And even then, a lot of times it's streaming on so many things. They're viewing it through something else. So it's a changing dynamic. It really is. And I think we got in at a good time. I believe that. We certainly weren't on the front end of it, but we got in at a good time and things are growing. And Rob, half of our guests, I'd say at least half, have said they've never been on a podcast before.
Oh, yeah.
Earl Friedenberg said he had never done a podcast before.
Yeah.
So we've had several that have said that. This is the first time I did a podcast.
I need to reach back out to David Carroll too.
Yes. Awesome. Yes, he's supposed to come on with us.
Well, we've got lots of stuff going on too this morning. There's some other news as well.
Well, let's hold that just for a second. I need to run an ad real quick.
Okay.
First, a couple of them, because I had said that I would, and we want to honor that. We're going to do a couple. One that's recorded, and one we'll pop it up maybe on our own. Then we'll get to that. Let's run this one here real quick while you refill. All right. We'll see you in a minute. The Southern Fried Podcast wants you to know that Lane Funeral Home, Southcrest Chapel, here in Rossville, Georgia, is going to be having a holiday open house, and you're invited. This open house will be Thursday, December 12th at 9 a.m. Also, light breakfast and door prizes will be available. Remember, you are not alone when moments matter the most. Lane Funeral Home, Southcrest Chapel at 833 Chickamauga Avenue, Rossville, Georgia. The telephone is listed there on the screen. Please plan to attend. The Southern Fried Podcast now has its own store. Go to sfplive.com/store. These links are also found on Facebook and X and some of the other social streams. You will find shirts and hats and mugs and bags and all kinds of items with many different designs. These are just but a few of the more than 250 items that we have with different designs. We hope you'll come and shop, support the podcast. Every dollar that is paid will go towards keeping the podcast growing, and we thank you for your support. sfplive.com/store. Go shop today and get that favorite person in your life their Southern Fried Podcast item, and it'll help us advertise the podcast as you wear these things or take these things out into the public. We thank you for your support. If you have any questions, email us at southernfriedpodcast@yahoo.com. We'll be glad to answer. We're running some specials as well, 20, 25, and even 30% off in some cases. This will eliminate the mailing charges for sure. So go to sfplive.com/store for your Southern Fried Podcast items today. Remember, Christmas is just around the corner. Thank you. Come listen to Mama Said on the Southern Fried Podcast each Monday night at 7 p.m. We love those things that Mama said. Mama had a lot to say to us, and we appreciate it. It means a lot to us. God was good to us when he gave us the gift of mothers. And we'll never forget our mom. Be they living or deceased, moms are powerful in our life, and they shared a lot of things with us. We love to talk about those things on Monday night. Sometimes we invite guests up to be a part of the show. But we'll be live, and we'll have lots to say. Come join us each Monday night at 7 p.m. live on the Southern Fried Podcast on your social media network that you follow. All right, real quick, Rob. Also, we have W Energy Drinks. My shipment is supposed to be in tomorrow, one part of it anyway. We're going to test out and see if I can be sharper in mental ability. It's supposed to make you focus better. And so if you go to W and use the promo code Southern Fried, then you can also make a savings for yourself and help the podcast as well. W Energy Drinks. They've got some cool stuff, merch and stuff, and they sell out a lot because they've become very popular. And I'm looking forward to. I've got some different flavors coming in. I'm going to try some of those out. We'll drink some of there and see if I get smarter through the program. Probably won't because I have to. Not Michael, but Robert will drag me down. So.
Oh my goodness! I'll try to.
All right, Rob. Talk about Mammoth Nation.
Mammoth Nation, America First Marketplace. Hey, y'all, check it out. Don't waste your dollars over at Walmart, stuff like that, where they. Well, I can't just say Walmart, but anyway, invest your dollars into Mammoth Nation. America First Marketplace, American-owned companies. They're vetted. They support the beliefs that we believe in. They push conservative ideals. Hey, check them out. Vote with your dollars.
And by the way, no matter if President Trump puts tariffs on products or not, it will not hurt Mammoth Nation because those things are American-made, baby.
Absolutely.
And shout out to our friend, Steve at Half Pine Forge. He was nice enough to come on the program with us. In fact, he's making me a couple things right now. Visit his store. He's on Rumble, and he also has a website. But Steve at Half Pine Forge, he comes doing a lot of our evening programs. Good friend of the program, and watch some of his stuff. Those are just clips of some of the shows that he's done recently. And I can tell you, I watched the Spooky Candle Holder. That was a great one. I enjoyed that, and I've got to go back and watch some of these others. But he does a good job with his program, and he's a friend of the Southern Fried Podcast, and we appreciate him. So we're doing a little help to him. Go to his channel, give him a follow on Rumble, and he will appreciate that. He's been good for us, and we want to try to be good for him. And we're back.
He's my brother from another mother. We get on the same wavelength from time to time.
Y'all definitely have the same thought pattern sometimes. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's funny. It's funny though. I'll say that. It's funny. But it's I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, so
can I talk about my favorite woman in Congress?
Go right ahead.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
She's going to be the chairperson on that subcommittee for Vivek and Elon. Oh, my goodness. Are you going to read her quote?
Yeah, I'm going to read that quote.
Read that quote, brother.
She said, this is a quote from Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'd like to talk to the governors of sanctuary states and the mayors of sanctuary cities and have them come before our committee and explain why they deserve federal dollars if they're going to harbor illegal criminal aliens in their states and their cities.
Yeah.
Why should we give you money if you're not going to enforce our laws? I like it.
Good morning, Brother Earl. How you doing, brother? Good to have you in here.
Oh, my Bubba, my other Bubba from another mother. There he is, Brother Hester. Good morning, sir.
I also saw they were talking about the money that was wasted and why it was paid for by the government for people who needed counseling because of the meltdown over the election.
Yeah,
and we'll never put down anybody's mental health, but seriously, you had to pay all this money to just just shut down for a day and have people come in and cry because they said they were cry sessions. That's what they called them, just cry sessions. Really? No matter how this election had went, I wouldn't be sitting around crying. I mean, come on.
This is a normal function of government.
Exactly.
Our government. This is not something strange. It happens every 4 years. There's a chance there could be a change of president, a change in stuff like that. And I've cried one time over this. Felt like crying, but I didn't do it. Maybe I should have. Dave, maybe we're just not in touch enough with our feelings.
Should we just had a program we come on and cried when Joe went off to the beach and eating ice cream and Kamala was cackling? Did we just cry about that? I don't know. That was wild.
Hey, Brother Hester, would you come in here and cry with us? We get me, you, and Sam, and Michael, and Dave. We'll just come over here and we'll just cry.
I gotta pick at Michael a sec because I know to fire him up. We need video of Michael sitting on his front porch with his cup of coffee, just bawling tears into his coffee cup. Over at some point over the last 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean,
we got to get out in a boat fishing, drink your coffee, take a break from fishing, and just start crying just out of the blue. Just like,
put on your big boy pants. I mean, come on. After no coffee.
See? That could be it. You could be sitting there. You could be sitting there on the front porch and drop your coffee cup, and coffee go everywhere, and go. Now I know what it feels like to have voted for Kamala.
Oh man,
we're being harsh this morning. What is it, Monday or something?
I'm just amazed. I will say this. I'm amazed that they actually did it at work. There's so many that refuse to go back to work. They're sitting at home refusing to go to work. Like, I can't go to work. I have to work from home. Come on.
Amen to that. I cried every time I opened my wallet.
Michael's comment. That's great. I was going to move if Trump lost to my back porch. Amen.
We go to the back porch. I don't care who gets it.
It reminds me of that guy you was telling me about that was running around the house trying not to be seen. Car coming down the road.
From this way, a car coming down the road from that way. Yeah. Who's got a wallet? We're fixing to have one. Hopefully.
Well, back in the day, Michael, you didn't need a wallet. All you needed was that front pocket on the bib of your overalls. That's where every man kept his money, right there. He just reached in there. That's where he had his tobacco and his little money he had, Some of them guys had a big wad of money. You don't know how much they had. The people thought they were poor. No, they were just frugal. But they carried around, a few $1,000s sometimes. I've known some people like that.
Hey, you were talking about the people staying home, the work from home people in the federal government. All right, so this is off Fox, but Marjorie Taylor Greene, she said, it says, Greene mentioned government workers who have been working remotely since the COVID-19 pandemic, which forced many across the workforce, both in government and private sectors, to work from home. And what she said was, we're also looking at we have thousands of buildings that the federal government owns and pays for with over $15 billion a year. But yet those government buildings stood empty because these government employees stay at home. She called these points failures in the government service to the American people. And we don't care about people's feelings, Greene said. We're going to be searching for the facts, and we're going to be verifying if this is worth spending the American people's hard-earned tax dollars on. Oh, she threw the feelings out there. She's going to get hate mail.
Well, she gets that anyway. She don't care. I'm going to tell you what, Marjorie Taylor Greene is more masculine in the way she handles stuff than a lot of people in Washington. She don't back down. She's a bulldog. Whether you like her or not, she's a bulldog. I've had friends that told me they just love to hate on her and complain on her. I said, man, and she's living rent free in your head. I said, that's effective right there.
Yeah.
She stays out in front. Name. There's not more than 5 politicians you can name that keeps their name out there more than she does all across the United States. That's effective because that's market. You're marketing yourself, and that means votes. That means you're getting free publicity because of all these channels that do stories on you and about you. And yeah, people would say, well, she's a stupid or she's whatever. It's effective. It's effective. And I said, as long as she can stay in that public eye like that, she'll keep getting the votes, and she gets all this free publicity. And they can kick her off committees, they can do a lot of things, but they can't. She will not be ignored. I mean, she finds ways to make herself visible. I just think that's effective. Like I said, I'm not saying whether you agree with her or not. That's not the point. The point is, all that visibility turns into votes. That's true. I mean, I'll flip the side of it here too. AOC, same thing. Yeah. AOC keeps herself in the news, and people say, "How does she get elected?" She's constantly in the news. From the liberal side, AOC is a genius at keeping herself out there. Now, you may not like what she says, but there's no doubt that the news has got cameras ready to record her every day.
Yeah, and she literally will come up with some of the dumbest crap in the world, but she'll get on the air for it. And even that dumb crap helps her. I mean, come on.
Which has been said the other way. They've given MTG a hard time about, space lasers and different things. They like to bring up that stuff, but again, it's all effective. It's marketing yourself, and again, not everybody can do that, but it is effective. And the media,
both of these women, Marjorie Taylor Greene and AOC, they could poke the other side of the aisle so hard and so quick, and just make them scream and want to pull their hair out just as quick as the other one. I mean, they're both experts at it, and that's how they stay in the news all the time. And it's amazing to watch. It really is.
And wouldn't that be? I mean, why won't they should have when their political days are over? Think about it. That could be a great show. AOC and MTG on one of the conservative channels going at it. Wouldn't that be? Would you not watch that?
Look, if Elon buys MSNBC, we could do it on there now. Oh, dude, that'd be like celebrity grudge match.
Would that not be a high rating show right there? Oh my gosh.
LTG and AOC slap boxing.
Well, and have Bongino right in the middle. How great would that be?
Oh, you had Dave Bongino being the ref. Dan Bongino, not Dave. Dan.
Earl. I don't think that qualifies as the world's getting better. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Sorry, bro. I hate him.
David, that's right in your neck of the woods at 4-0.
I'm glad he warned me.
You wouldn't eat fried pickles?
No, I hate him.
Oh my goodness.
I hate him.
Earl.
It is right down the road though.
You believe he don't like fried pickles? That's just a shame.
But if it helps you at all, I do like fried green tomatoes.
That does help a little bit.
Okay. That's
that
cool.
A little bit. We'll take that. It's not pickles though.
No.
My
family loves them.
To be honest, it took me a long time to gear up enough to even try them.
I think that Kaylee likes them.
Huh?
I think Kaylee likes them. She likes pickles anyway. Her and Aria can just take those right out of the jar and eat pickles, and I can't do that. Ugh.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There'll be no Kaylee this week for most of the week. Kaylee's away seeing family, so I have the dog.
Oh, you didn't know take the dog with her?
She's not allowed to have a dog where she's at,
oh.
Or she would. She doesn't like that. Not allowed. One of those rules, man. One of those rules. So, dog stays here. I don't think that my wife would want the dog to go. My wife is as close to that dog as Kaylee is. Wow. And she's getting a lot of time with her since Kaylee's not here. So, yeah. While I'm at work, she has her partner in crime here, little Coco, to talk to. And that dog, though, I tell you, she loves Kaylee. That first day, oh my goodness, you talking about the crying for her? Oh my goodness, she was wailing and crying. She look at the cameras, look out the window. She expects her to come in the door any minute. It's going to be 2 or 3 more days before she gets here. That dog will go into a spastic fit when she gets back. That's kind of like a liberal meltdown, a spastic fit.
Yeah. Yeah, right now she's whining and crying because her person's gone. It's the same thing that's going on with Kamala and the libs out there. They're trying and everything because their person's gone. In fact, Kamala's on vacation this week in the tropics. She's got to recover from her.
They said she worked so hard on the campaign that she needed a rest.
She just had to have a rest. She had to get some bandages and some salve applied to her buttocks where it got kicked repeatedly in the electoral college, then in the popular vote, and then
Rob.
But, well, that's a lot of butt kicking that went on.
She did.
I find it amazing.
She did say that she would be back to vote on judicial nominations. So,
yeah, but Trump's got a bad case of turf toe from all that butt kicking, and he's still out there playing golf. I'm just saying.
Well, Michael Trump is the master at staying in the news, and he uses all of it. I mean, the guy pulls up in the garbage truck. I mean, you gotta love it.
There ain't nobody shooting through that.
I mean, he's the Barnum and Bailey of our time. I mean, the guy knows how to bring a crowd, right?
Yeah.
I still go back to that debate and how Kamala's statement that his rallies were boring and people are leaving them early. I want to know who wrote that. I want to know, when books are written about this time frame, that is the one of about 5 questions I have. The rest I pretty much know. But I have, it's a mystery. I want to know who thought that was a good idea for her to, and she looked at him when she said it, like, take that. Your rallies are boring and people are leaving them. And I'm like, and he's looking at her like, are you stupid or something?
Love you, brother Earl. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Yeah.
See you, Earl.
Everybody's like, what? Big Mac and a bag of garbage.
It'd be great. They won't do it. But it would be great on swearing in day if he rode up in a garbage truck.
Oh, it would be amazing. Oh my gosh. And one of the best.
And who would be driving the garbage truck? Come on. It's Elon.
Yeah. Well, Elon or JD Vance, either one, it would be perfect.
It'd be great, man. Oh my gosh.
You know what would be even better than that? This would never happen, but it would be amazing if Biden drove the garbage truck.
Oh, that would be legend.
Could you imagine it going over the road, weaving and swerving, going up to...
Yes, Michael, they thought that was going to be a big hit to her. Excuse me, I'm speaking here. The whole, don't mansplain me and all this stuff. And they thought that was going to be really big. And it just made her look whiny, honestly.
Well, and now it's, do we have to excuse you now? You're not speaking anymore. I hadn't heard nothing else from her. I mean,
here we are. The election's over. We're headed towards nominations for cabinet and swearing in after the first year and all that. Do we know any more now about her financial plan, economic plan, than we did before the election? It's an exact mystery. I mean, the whole plan for the first 100 days. What's your plan? There was no plan.
Exactly like Joe Biden's.
Yeah, there was no plan.
No. We just throw some stuff out there and see if it sticks to the wall. Oh my goodness! But
it's definitely going to be must-see TV, though. Everything when when they start the confirmation hearings and when they obviously anything to do with the change of, that's always must-see TV anyway. Even more so now.
Oh yeah. Oh, and the crying.
He's got it, and they're going to follow him all the way. Like you say that about Mar-a-Lago. When he leaves Mar-a-Lago to go to Washington, that they'll have the caravan that leaves to go to the airport, the Trump plane fly, taking off from the airport, landing. They'll have reports of where it's at in the air, landing and falling. The whole thing's going to be a media a circus, man. They're just going to be all over that.
Just like Santa Claus, when he leaves the North Pole and they follow him on the radio as he travels around the world, bringing toys to boys and girls, and they tell where he's at. That's what it's going to be with Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt.
The whole Santa Claus thing is just a warm-up.
There's another one. He should dress up as Santa Claus and have his bag, and come in and do like a little video of.
Oh, he could use a garbage bag. and the sleigh could be the garbage truck. He could go around the back of the garbage truck and start handing out presents. Beautifully wrapped presents. The best wrapped presents in the world. Really wonderful presents.
And they're wrapped in newspaper. Inflation, baby. This is Santa Claus is really getting the garbage truck and a garbage bag and wrapping everything in old newspapers.
Yeah. But they'll be really wonderful gifts, the best gifts in the world.
He does use every adjective to describe something. It'll be marvelous, glorious, great. It's the best. Everybody says it's the best of all time.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yes. You have like garland hanging on the garbage truck and big Christmas balls and lights and everything. That'd be amazing, dude. That would be absolutely amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see it. Oh, they could have Kamala and the first husband, the second husband, whatever he was.
First gentleman,
Biden,
I think that's called.
Joe Biden, Jill Biden, Obama, all these people out there. They could have elf ears and the little donkey elf costumes on with the big shoes and the bells on it, helping him hand out presents. Adam Schiff, he could be one of them. Adam Schiff's already said that he was part of the problem. Well, he said that all Democrats were part of the reason why she lost.
I'm glad he recognizes that now because he's been a problem for years.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not going to say it. He is not my favorite person. And Mama said, you say nothing nice, make fun of him. But I'm not going to make fun of him.
I would gladly donate a few boxes to help them unpack up. I'd help some unpack up. Now, I'd be nice. I'd put their stuff nice in the box and tape it up. I wouldn't damage anything.
Hi, Bess. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Bess. Glad to have you.
Yeah. You made it. You made it to the Monday show.
Yes. We didn't in Twitch. If you did it in Twitch, I'm sorry. I need to pull that up.
Oh.
But we're glad to have you here. We do get it here, but if there's something else over there, I don't have it pulled up. But we're doing good. Absolutely. It's Monday. We're good on a Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday morning. Yeah.
Don't forget our show tonight. Mama said I also was sick last night. I didn't get the political news show in, or a news/political show, however you want to say that. I'll probably do that tonight late. So we'll get caught back up. Got plenty of things to cover. So Mama said tonight at 7. Don't forget that.
And
buy tickets, Sprint Airlines.
Spirit.
What area of the country do you live in, Bess? Where are you coming from or world? Might not even be in America. Where are you coming from this morning? We'd like to give a shout out. And we appreciate all of you on Instagram being here. Yes. Always feel free to drop in chats. Yes, please. We would love for you to do that. We go live several times a week.
At a minimum, 2 times on Monday, 2 times on Wednesday, 2 times on Friday. And then
Miami. Shout out to Miami.
Absolutely. The big city of Miami. Way down there in Florida. You're even further south than I am. And I'm almost in Florida.
Some would call that Cuba North. I mean, there is a large Cuban population in Miami. Large. And they're exiles from the communists, you know. Bye, Michael.
Have a great day, sir. Hope your back gets to feeling better. In case y'all don't know, Michael had surgery and we need to keep him in our prayers. Right on. Oh,
Awesome. Well, we've reached the end of our program for Monday.
yes.
Dave has to go to work. No kids to drop off this morning. They're out of school.
Oh,
So,
okay. Well, that's a good thing. They need a break from school. Their brains get to swelling too much. Y'all, our morning shows run from 6 to 7, and our evening shows run from 7 to 9 usually. Sometimes they go longer. So, but y'all jump in anytime. Like, follow, subscribe, throw it on the floor, kick it around, throw it on the plate, and let's eat it up.
except Friday Night Front Porch starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, that is right. I forget about that. Okay, go for it. She wants to make us a Twitch logo.
Go right ahead.
Absolutely.
We'll talk with you about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, Robert, have a good morning. We'll see y'all tonight, hopefully.
And we'll see y'all tonight. And y'all have a great and wonderful Monday as best you can.
Go be a great American today. Make a liberal mad. Just by being a great American, you're going to make a liberal mad. So just go be great. Proclaim God, guns, and country, and you'll make a liberal mad today, I promise you.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Dave, if you'll drop her Discord to her, she'll.
I'll be glad to do that. Da, 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 da.
For instance. There you go. All right. Y'all have a great and wonderful day.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast.